All right, it's October 27th, and I'm posting a new assignment. We're going to have some of you guys still working on the ones we have, which is fine. CodeHS, I posted a couple videos. Doesn't matter if you hit turn in, by the way. I know more people than that are done. And then the very quick first little assessment is to pick one of these challenges and take a crack at it. Next, as I've told you, we're going to be doing a slightly bigger project, which is some kind of text-based game. I've shown examples of Hangman or Tic-Tac-Toe, and I put a link to this playlist where I've posted things and where I'll post this video too. You're going to pick one, and it could be one of those, or it could be something else in that same area. For example, someone in another class was talking about, oh, if you do the random module, we can have somebody like roll a die and the other player rolls a die and we see who wins. Something like that. Now, we're not talking about a real-time graphical game where you're jumping around or shooting a gun or anything. Maybe in a future unit, in fact, definitely in a future unit, we're going to make some Pong and platformer and things like that programs. But for this one, you want to pick something that can fit in this context we've got. So your choosing means that you can kind of set the level of difficulty and set the size of the project. If you want to say, you know, I'm having a little trouble with these recent lessons, I don't want to do anything huge, maybe you'll do rock, paper, scissors, and you pick one of those three, and then the computer randomly picks one, and it says who wins. You know, and that would be fairly small, and it would still use all of our current lessons and put together a function, an if, a couple loops, that kind of thing. Or maybe you want to do one that's a little bigger, like Hangman, and you want to think about how to do the ASCII art of like showing the little stick figure guy, doing that in the text, you know. Or maybe you want to take one that I put and do some variation on it. Tic-tac-toe could probably be changed, like you could make a computer opponent and give them a boring okay strategy, or really get deep into it and give them an optimal strategy, you know. So this is all up to you in terms of the goal you want to set. Is it going to be big or small, easy or hard, that kind of thing. So since it is a project that's going to take more than one sitting, I'm breaking it up into steps. This first assignment says, hey, let's get some ideas and make sure we know what we're talking about. Question 1 is, what game would you like? Some of the stuff I've been talking about, etc. And then 2 and 3 are about like sort of setting it up before we start. What do you need to do at the beginning of the game? Create some lists or strings or variables, create some opening messages, maybe get the player's name. If it's Hangman, you get the word, however you're going to do that. And then what do you do every turn? Repeating. Somebody makes a choice, you tell them if it's good, you give the new state of the board, you keep score, things like that. And then 4 and 5 are about, well, we know it's not going to work perfectly on the first try, so what do you think might happen either when you're typing it or when the player's playing it? And then 5, what are you going to think about as a reaction? Like, if you know they're going to accidentally type the wrong thing, well, you want to be ready for that. Or if you know you're going to have trouble when you're making a certain function, well, then you want to have like an alternate path to go down. So I'm going to post this as an assignment. It does not mean you have to make the whole thing right now and type 100 lines of code and all this stuff, but it just means we want to get started. If you're still doing one of the previous things, that's totally fine. We have lots of time. I might grade the CodeHS today for the people who have it done, but then I'll check again later for the people who finish it in the next few days. So that's it. I'll keep this video short, and we'll get going as we have time today and tomorrow.